Hey, Rye.
I'm very curious. I know this is before you got here, but how much do you know about Hunter Dickinson's issues with the program? Because he's been very, in the past, he's talked a lot about the program and kind of when he plays you guys, like, use that aggression on the court. So I wonder how
I know
much
he
you
seemed pretty angry the last first time we played him. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Um, I, he's been there for 3 years, so I just know he kicked our ass the last time we played him. So whether that was aggression or not, he just played really, really well against us.
I guess when, sorry, yeah, go. When Hunter did what he did against you guys 18 days ago, I mean, how do you hope something changes? I mean, how much can change in that time? What do you feel like you see from your guys to not let that
No, I mean,
happen?
I feel Juju's much healthier than when we first played him. I think he's in a much better rhythm. Um, but you have to give credit where credit's due. I mean, he's doing that to a lot of people. He's just not doing that to us. I think he's having a really, really good year, as good as anybody in the conference. Um, so, I mean, we need to make major adjustments because we can't let him do what he did. But at the same time, everyone's having a really big issue with him.
And I'm trying to continue to be well with me, but in terms of Pat,
You can't do that. Don't worry about it. It's amazing.
just like
There's only one person in my life that can make me go, woe is me. And you are not her.
in terms of Pat being out, and obviously know what a big
Yeah, I mean,
in the two teams you have this week.
yeah, it's been unfortunate because again, I think Pat's like our unheralded MVP. Just from he backs up Dante, he's been backing up Juju. He's done a heck of a job until he really got hurt at Tennessee. That really kind of was. He's never really been the same since Tennessee. But Cal's progressing. He's doing a pretty good job in practice. It's just really tough to try to go out there and play well in the game. It's really tough for Pav to get out there or Arn. They haven't really played since they've been here, but other guys going to have to step up because I don't see Pat playing anytime soon. So we have to get some production and help Juju at some point because, again, I think Juju's doing a really, really good job for being a sophomore and having the battle in this conference and also coming off a shoulder injury. So Cal's got to step up, and Pav's going to have to get some minutes because Dante's been sick the last 3 days. So Dante's kind of, I don't know how many minutes Dante will get tomorrow.
Kind of going off that, Dante in the COVID year was, I believe, played a lot of small ball five. With Pat out, if Julian is getting foul trouble, have you had an opportunity maybe to talk to him about he's comfortable doing that this year and maybe look at the tape and seeing what he did well?
He won't. He's not going to play the five.
But like the small.
I saw let's just keep it. He won't be playing the five.
Will you be? Do you think you'll maybe against certain teams maybe that?
He's not going to play. He's not going to play the
Not
five.
specifically about Dante, just about the team in general. Do you anticipate maybe relying more on small ball moving forward?
I think moving forward, because this conference I think really likes my personality so much. The fact that we got Zach Edey twice, Wall twice, Hunter twice. Yeah, I don't know how small you can go against Zach. I mean, no one's tried it. I mean, we might as well try it. It might work. I don't think it'd be fair to put Dante's career on jeopardy to go try to guard Zach Edey. So we've got three of the biggest guys. Hunter twice. I think Wall's playing as good a basketball as anybody in the conference right now. Twice. And then obviously Zach twice. So it's a really hard conference to play small. I think you have to have one of those guys. Like I look at the kid from Penn State who I love. Number 2, he's built like a linebacker. I forget his name. He battles and battles, but then you really wear a guy down. I'm not doing that to Dante.
Jimmy Patsos put 3 guys on Steph Curry for a game once.
Was that Steph or was that the other guy? Was it Steph? He stopped them.
He did. They lost by
40, yeah.
Thinking about, obviously one of the big keys and what happened in Michigan last time was the start of the game. Your players know you know a fast start, but what are some of the things you try to do as a coach to prepare guys to come out and have that fast start, particularly at home where you think it would just be a little easier than on the road?
Yeah, we've gotten off to good starts at home. I mean, the only bad start we got off with obviously was UCLA. We've played pretty well at home. I think we're 8-1, and we've scored pretty well. We've struggled on the road to score. We really have. We've really struggled. Even Louisville, the first half at Louisville, I think we only scored 25. Coming to home, I think the biggest thing is maybe, we haven't been able to get to the free throw line. We've gotten to the free throw line a little bit better at home than we have on the road, which has helped us set up our press a little bit, helped us change defenses a little bit. We just haven't been able to do it on the road because we've just, for some reason, I have a good idea, but, for some reason we've just really struggled with nerves at the start of games. And you have older guys, but you don't have guys that have played in this conference. I think something that's great about this conference is every game's a sellout. And so I think guys, I look the way Jameer's starting to play. I think he's starting to kind of understand the conference a little bit. I think it takes a little time to kind of figure that out for these guys. I just look at, I know Fats really well. Just last year, you look at how long it took Fats to get used to this conference. And he was a high-level player in the A-10. It just takes a little time to understand the physicality, the length, walking out and being 16,000 people at Iowa. That doesn't happen at Charlotte very often.
And now in the stretch here, I think, for the next 5 at home, so really a critical juncture here.
No, it is. I mean, I think this is the stretch I've been looking forward. Just to kind of, even though we're not going to be able to practice that much, just not having to travel and getting these guys in a little better rhythm. It's one of the hardest things is when you travel as much as we've traveled. It's really hard to stay in a good practice rhythm. It's hard to make sure that these guys are, we're just in a constant, you love being in a rhythm this time of year, and we haven't had that chance to be in a good rhythm. So I'm looking forward to being at home. I think it's a great opportunity for us.
You already kind of talked a little bit about Jameer and progression from Charlotte to now here in the Big Ten with Maryland. In the recent game, I know you've been putting points up and everything like that all year long, but in the recent games, how has the progression been? Not just scoring the ball.
I think he's feeling much more comfortable getting into the lane. I think he's been much more aggressive getting in the lane. He's been much more aggressive driving the basketball. I think early on against some of the bigger teams, he kind of settled a little bit just because of, again, not being used to the size. I think he's progressed tremendously to now where I think we all feel comfortable when he goes into the lane, something good's going to happen. Even the other night, he missed a layup and he missed a dunk, but it's such a better alternative than us settling for jump shots, early in the shot clock. So, I mean, him getting there, to me, has been a huge, huge plus. And he's been doing it on the road, which is, to me, shows that he's getting used to being in tough places, playing against very good basketball teams, and playing at a high level.
It wasn't a great outcome at Michigan last year, but you guys.
Really?
Besides
I don't really remember.
being at home this time around, was kind of something you want to see different at your team to, put the script.
Well, I mean, I think the big turning point, I said it last night on my radio show, it was 21-4, and we missed some free throws. And I really thought that was really the kind of where the game got away from us a little bit. And then they made some shots, and then we missed some more shots, and then they made some more shots, and then we kept missing shots, and then they kept making shots. What I'm hoping for now is we kind of flip-flop that a little bit. We make some more shots, and maybe they miss some more shots because it was just it was a weird start. We had practiced good. We had played UMBC, I think UMBC on the 29th. So it was kind of a quick turnaround to play such a good basketball team. I think their length really surprised us. They are long, and they're really good defensively. And we got off to a bad start, and, it is what it is. Hopefully we get off to a good start.
It wasn't much of a factor in that last matchup, but Doug McDaniel,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I know he's been playing well offensively, and everyone looks at offensive numbers, but I tell you what, he's been all year long. He has been a really good catalyst for their defense. I mean, he gets after it. He puts pressure on the basketball. He's great off the ball, getting steals. And I think, again, you're seeing a really good progression of a very good young player who obviously went to a terrific high school, was well coached in high school, well coached at AAU. And you're just seeing someone that was well coached his whole high school and AAU career now and taking it to a level where he's getting used to college basketball. It's fun to see.
Kind of going off that, I was just curious, I mean, like being in the DC area, you often have players coming to this building and it's like a big homecoming game for them. I mean, do you think that plays a role in some of these guys?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of happened to me at Seton Hall in Jersey. So, you can't keep everybody at home. If you had 13 guys from this area, you're only playing 8, you're going to have 5 really unhappy guys, and you're going to have 5 really unhappy high school coaches and 5 really unhappy AAU coaches. So I think it's, we'd love to keep all the guys here. But I think it's something that's unique. This is a very tight-knit community from a basketball standpoint. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody's played with each other. It's really neat. So when guys come back, I think it's nice that they have a homecoming. I don't look at it the other way. These kids are playing college. They're giving it their all. I want them to be successful. If they come home and their family's able to see them and they didn't come here, I'm not going to root against them. I'm just not that type of person, So, like next year's class for us was, we got 3 of the best players in this area that fit our program, that fit who we are. But I don't think we could have brought 6 guys in from this area this year. I don't think it would have been fair to all 6 of those. So I think that's the balance. So you're gonna lose some players, and they're gonna go some other places. So when they come back, we've recruited them. You want them to be successful. It's just, I think as a good person, as a program, you want kids to be successful, and that's how I feel and look at it. I hope they don't play well against us. Is that the question? Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm a nice guy.
The thing I was actually going to ask when I asked the question, your 2 foul participation, I'm sure you know this, is one of the highest in the country. Is that just out of necessity because of the depth issues, you think, or is there anything philosophical there with the players you have?
We built a really good roster in a month and a half. I've said this a lot of times. I'm really proud of the roster we built. I'm proud of these guys, but we haven't been here for 8 years where you have juniors and seniors and freshmen, recruiting class after recruiting class after recruiting class that you can rely on. And again, to throw Cal in a game where he hasn't been able to play that much, Arnaud, who has never played, Pav, who's never played, Ian, who didn't play much, Ike, who redshirted last year. I also look at making sure that, I don't want to put guys in situations where they become unsuccessful. So it's a little bit more about necessity because of our depth a little bit. And I've always been a guy that, I trust Juju. I trust Jameer. I trust these guys. I've been around them long enough. They've worked hard enough where you have to have some sort of level of trust with your players. So it's a little bit of a combination. I've also realized that, you can play guys with 2 fouls if you're smart. Thank you, everybody.